So let's take this door and install it on that house.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Load that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, you know. Yeah.
Mike, you call me, man.
All right.
See what you're talking about.
But today we're going to do a short video that I think is going to help a lot of people. Basically, we got this new door here. We're going to take this new door and we're going to install it right here. So, luckily for us, one of the neighbors was kind enough to steal the original front door, so we don't have to remove that. So let's take this plywood off and see what it's going to take to get that door. Step 1, remove the plywood. Step 2, remove the old door. This is aluminum, so if you like to scrap, you want to save this. Now that step 2 is finished, we'll move on to step 3. Okay, we got to clean this opening up a little bit. Got to tear out some of these boards, trim boards. Probably not going to reuse these. Now that the frame's all tore out, we're going to go ahead and reframe this with the 2x6s all the way around, and then that'll give us a solid frame to screw this door into. Okay, the key to this frame is to make sure it's good and plumb. What I mean by good and plumb, we've talked about that in another video. You put a level on it, it should read right between those bubbles. So see, the wall is way off. Look at that. But in order for the door to open and shut properly, our frame needs to be square. So we're going to plumb the vertical 2x6s. Let's go ahead and keep working on this frame. You want to make sure the back side of this board is flush with the 2x4 of the interior wall. And then we're going to plumb it just like we did the first board, using a number 10 3.5-inch premium exterior wood screw. Yep. This is the hinge side because it's a left-hand door. That means the hinges are on the left and it swings inward. So you definitely want to make sure that this is good and plumb. Otherwise, when you open your door, it'll want to open itself, or it'll want to close itself. So you got to get this frame good and plumb so that your door stands true. So put a couple more screws in this. We'll get the header board in, and then we'll hang the door. So we're going to install this Therma-Tru fiberglass door. Fiberglass on the outside. Let's see how she fits. a bit of a problem. This base is really falling to the left. Because this bottom is so out of square, we're going to try to shim it first, and then later on we'll fill it with concrete. So we've had to shim this up. It's less than ideal. Man. That means this thing falls about 1 inch and 7/16. So we'll go ahead and hang this door. We'll have to come back and backfill this with concrete. That's the only way we can level it. So that's what we'll do. So let's drive a screw in there and see how it looks. Got that in the back of my neck. Okay, so we're going to screw in the hinge side first. We've got that good and plumb, and the door is square, then it'll shut properly. So let's go ahead and finish that up. Let's see how she shuts. Pretty good. So we'll put the screws in on the handle side, and then she'll be hung, and then we can add our hardware. So we're definitely going to need some more of these shims. So the trick is, you want to get a couple of them, 2, 3, whatever it takes, into the door here. You can see that. But you don't want this to bow. You don't want the door to be too tight. So when you close the door shouldn't hit this trim piece. So I don't know, we don't have good light in here. Let's see what happens. You can see that. Looks like it's clearing it pretty good. So we'll put a screw in right here, and she'll be good. There's a weather strip here. If you can get your screw behind that weather strip without damaging it, then that's one less hole you're gonna have to fill when it comes time to paint. You notice the shim is thicker on the inside and it tapers down, so you can adjust it. Is you want to get this door tight on this weather strip, so you got to kind of adjust this frame a little bit. You got to play with it. You know, you close the door. There's a big gap up there at the top, and you know it's got to go in a little bit. You don't want to kick out too far at the bottom, so you pretty much got to split the difference to try to get that weather strip to seal. Tucked in right behind the weather strip. So the difference is you don't see the screw, and here we see the screw. So Okay, now that the door is hung and it's closing, it's about as close to proper as we're going to be able to get it to close, we're going to install a deadbolt. Now, because this is a construction site, I got a double cylinder deadbolt. Now what that means is it's keyed on both sides. So if somebody were to break in a window or the back door, they're not going to come out the front door. Why? Because they don't have a key and they can't unlock it. So you wouldn't want to do that on a rental, because you wouldn't want a tenant to get trapped in there. Get this door secure and then we'll be finished. Okay, this is the test. We'll see if the key turns the cylinder. Dun, 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 dun.